I see you're trapped in my gay and stupid maze again. I need to watch that movie. I need to
I
watch that
like
movie.
that.
Is that gonna make the clip?
Yeah, I hope that makes a clip.
Yeah, I dare you, Lawrence.
We can. All right. Chapter 9 of Tomb of the Aeon. The rescue expedition continued their exploration of the Tomb of the Aeon with Dr. Emmerich in tow. Their search for answers in the tomb has led them once more to the shrine of Epochra, where the warden had been waiting for them yet again. The battle had been fast and vicious with Kalji quickly impaled, Lyra stuck in a temporal loop, and Xssithiss consumed with confusion. The blood of our 3 explorers spilled on the floor as a loyal and terrified goat carrying a confused Dr. Ashwood fled quickly into the meadows beyond. Now, our 3 explorers, Kalji, Xssithiss, and Lyra, are born for the 3rd time in this tomb, and awakened to see the words, "This tomb is a prison," scratched up and down the length of these familiar walls.
All right, do you guys think that that's a hint?
How do you mean?
Maybe this tomb is a literal prison.
I'm sorry. Before we continue, I want everyone to roll me a wisdom save.
Hey, nat 20.
5. I'm not really that wise.
Sorry, I'm wise, but or my character's wise, but I'm not, and I misplaced my dice, so you're gonna have to give me 1 second. Off
Perfect.
to a great start. My bad.
No worries.
No rush.
I had you guys' boxes rearranged as for the first couple minutes, so it's fine. We're all off to a great start.
Hey, we're here to have fun.
I got
That's true. That's true.
22. You know we
Okay.
haven't done in a while. Had beers for one of these, and all toasted.
You're right.
Should toast when people die.
Okay,
I'll pull one out next break.
We would be so drunk.
Every time someone goes down, you drink a whole beer and a shot.
And we start speedrunning the deaths through this.
Are we learning anything?
Yeah, there was a period of time where you guys just went for it.
We tried, and then we're like,
4 deaths in the first 8 sessions, and then the next 2 were like 20.
All right.
Also, I forgot to tell you, 22 is the number.
Wow.
Gotcha. Thank you.
You guys so wise.
All right. Yeah. Sorry, and continue your line of thought. You said, Lyra, you were saying maybe is this a hint?
I said maybe it's an actual prison.
Like from who? Like Ashwood maybe came back. Maybe Durant came back and went nutso.
What if one of these gods is intentionally keeping us imprisoned? Or do you think this is just a, byproduct of how this temple is?
They do call the monster the warden, so that would make sense. But would the warden not have a key? One would think a warden would have a key.
I mean, the whole point of the warden is to keep their prisoners in the jail, right? Or keep their jail in check, in order. What's the word? In order?
Not in chaos. Thanks.
But did we also say, did we also find out from Professor Ashwood that that hole in the middle of Epochra, the Epochra statue, it was like most likely vandalized, but the only person that we know who would vandalize it would be the warden. Like, didn't we have a theory that maybe he got like smited, or he felt smited by her or something like that? But then we also know that him being in that statue place gives him power. I'm confused.
So that means he must be working. They must be working together, and this prison must be theirs. But then, don't all prisons have a way out? Do they never leave either?
Also, why did the warden have like a throne room? Is that just what someone of his size has as like an office? Or is he like, his own little deity thing going on,
He pulls out the cameras on the sides.
Maybe he
like,
wants... Didn't we also see, or wasn't when you guys first saw the painting, or that we saw. We remember we saw the painting, and then he was in it. He was
Mhm.
in the middle, but he's supposed to be warden. Why wasn't he on one side?
He was charging in front of her, right?
Oh, was it? I thought he was just in the middle of the painting.
And remember how he
Do I
disappeared
remember
from
that?
that painting later on? I wonder if that was some sort of spell and he was like going through the stone, the going through the walls or something.
Oh yeah, that's super weird that sometimes he's there and sometimes he's not.
Like he's
Yeah.
scrying or something? Like
Wait.
he's using it to scry?
Hold
What?
on.
I
Let's
wouldn't know
check
that.
the painting. I forgot I grabbed it off the
You did.
wall.
You did grab it off the wall.
Ah.
I pull up this, folded more times than it probably should have been, and maybe fallen on a couple of times painting.
Mhm.
And what
Experienced
do
two
I see?
deaths.
Yeah,
Yellow blood in the corner.
it's a lot more. Yeah, because of the folds and the how you had it stored, and kind of the how rough it's been these past couple lives. It's a little bit more worse for wear. Since you've seen it last, the actual contents of the painting don't look different.
So I see. Do I see the warden in the painting, or just the two opposing sides?
The two opposing sides.
I take a
Hmm.
closer look at the opposing side.
Yeah. The side representing Entrosa.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you take a look at Entrosa and her forces, and it's very much the scene is very visibly divided in half. The left side is more representative of a more like a regimented army at the head, and with Epochra at its head, and Entrosa's side, the right side of this painting, the right half, is definitely more chaotic. It's definitely and these forces are directed towards Epochra and her army, but Entrosa's side commands a lot more of the elements. You see flares of like purple arcane lightning, fire elementals, wind elementals, water elementals, also like raging in a giant storm, almost around this figure. You also see other deities, presumably those who have decided to align with Entrosa during her fight with Epochra.
Sorry, Introsa is the
Chaosborn.
Chaosborn. Okay.
Epochra is the
And
author of time, the one that the shrine is dedicated to. The statue.
if not saying that Epochra doesn't have elemental powers, but haven't we been facing like, I don't know, I guess we just went through the sandstorm and the water, healing water. But what if this prison, I would assume that the prison is made for her enemy, right? So if this is the prison for the Chaosborn is here, the Warden is here. If we escape, would we be letting out, I don't know,
Have we even seen Entrosa?
something bad?
We haven't seen any markings of, any semblance of, any. I think back to when we were walking through that hall of deities. Does this ring a bell with what I see in the painting as far as statues go? I don't know how clearly I would have remembered, but I'm just trying to think back of
roll for me
details.
history. Roll for me history.
Okay,
And doesn't Trosa look anything like the Warden?
that's 19 modified.
To answer your question, Xssithiss, no. And for Lyra, from what you remember, you don't recall Entrosa being represented in that hallway.
Do I recognize any distinguishing features of any of the gods on the side of Entrosa?
They, let's see. None that make themselves more distinguishable from the deities that supported Epochra.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, I think the gods that are on either sides don't have like it's more so an ideological alignment and not necessarily a thematic one.
Got it. Got it.
Mhm.
Not the I'm the god of grapes. It's a statue with a bunch of grapes type
Right,
of thing
right.
going on. Got it. Okay. Okay. So for the deities on the side of Epochra, do they also look more orderly, or is there anything distinguishing about them other than their sort of symbolicism of just being there in support, like two opposing sides?
I think you hit the nail on the head. Yeah, they're more so symbolic. Those that have fallen in line with Epochra, and or not necessarily fallen in line, but have aligned themselves with Epochra and her views in this war.
Maybe it's when we do something that's too chaotic, we get in trouble. We did push the old man in the fountain right before. But maybe
Should we just be really chaotic? Maybe. Who knows? I'm still thinking about what you said earlier. This requires some more scientific experiments, but who is this? We still don't know who this prison is for and who else is in this prison aside from the 3 people that went in ahead of us, one of which is dead, 2 of which are alive. But we still saw a lot of bones in that gelatinous cube. There is a throne room, and if this is a prison, why would you put statues of gods just in it unless you were holding someone that you liked? This isn't. Why would you put a fountain of healing in someone you hate's prison cell?
Or maybe I'm reading way too much into it, and this is us losing our minds in a couple more deaths.
You're so right.
With your saying that, you do note with each subsequent rebirth, your appearance becoming
more handsome.
Well, it depends on how you define handsome. You're definitely more scarred, and the scars of each battle and each previous life still remain. You're all still at 1 HP, so you're all pretty beat up, but alive nonetheless. Yeah, the throes of the confusion that you were in, except this still like wearing off, and that your entire last few moments in that previous life you're still grasping at what was real and what actually happened, as if that entire last part was the dream of a dream. These lives begin to blend and weave, and the labyrinthine nature of this tomb is throwing off, or is beginning to take hold of your grasp on reality. And this goes for all of you.
While they discuss this, because this thinking is hurting Kalji's brain at this moment. He walks up to the writing. Is the writing still there? Like, is it because usually like we're used to the writing disappearing? Like, can he feel it? Does it feel like it's not moving? Like it just got put there?
The writing had since disappeared.
Okay. And as per usual, Kalji will walk around and investigate this and check out this room to see if he finds any more new items.
This time around, the tomb appears empty. There is an empty scabbard on the floor.
Oh, can I pick it up?
Yeah.
Does it look like I recognize it from somewhere?
Roll for me investigation.
Investigation 15.
With a 15, you know that you've never seen this before.
Who is leaving their stuff here?
Yeah. Does it look like there's any like insignia on it?
With your investigation, you do not see any like marking of ownership or belonging to some sort of regiment or army or group. a leather
Sleep-
scabbard.
Who's generating these rotisserie chickens? Where do these items come from? I'm going crazy.
Kalji just comes up to the group, really goes, "There's nothing here this time, but I found this odd because I don't think any of us use a sword, or whatever this is supposed to use." And then I just look like we did only go through like a couple rooms. This place can't just have these same rooms that we cycle through, right? Like there has to be more rooms.
I mean, I'd rather go explore than just sit here with my thoughts. So
I'm a little bit
You
tired
mean you're
though.
not going crazy? Okay. Then I say, well, might as well. Does the door look swirly?
Wait.
No, it's just a large double door. I will.
Oh,
Go. Sorry, go ahead.
Kalji will just go like, wait. I'm tired. Aren't
oh,
you
the
guys
right.
point.
tired? Like he
Yeah.
just sits down. Kalji just sits down. Like I guess he's not sitting down. He's like leaning against the tomb, but like not really on it, holding the scabbard thing in his hand. He's just like, I don't think I can go out right now.
I was getting
That
way
took a
too
lot
ahead
out
of
of me.
myself. I'm sorry. We
Yeah.
should probably rest up. I just,
Yeah, I was
you know, anything to get out of here.
Is it possible?
Mhm.
Can I tell if we've been up for really long?
I mean, at this point, you don't know.
You just
But
rose.
it is very. Yeah, you can take a long rest if that's what you're asking.
Yeah, and I'll say like, yeah, I guess I'm just not excited to take another dirt nap, and then I roll it out and I go to sleep.
Take a nap on
Taking
the
a
dirt.
nap.
All right.
Yeah, nap on the dirt.
Instead of a dirt nap.
Mhm.
Oh, before I go to sleep, I'm gonna try to take another animal out of that bag just so it can watch guard.
Yeah,
Just
go
in
ahead and
case
roll for me.
something comes. Hold on, I haven't used it in a while. Let me figure out what I have to roll. Bag of tricks. The D8. It's an owl.
Okay. Yeah, and an owl appears. How does this owl look?
I'm gonna say it's more of like a brown oaky colored owl with like little diamonds on its chest, you know, like sort of like owl from Winnie the Pooh, but with like a big head, you know.
I got the image in my head.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
And then I look at
Mm.
it. I pull it out, then I look at it, and I'm just like, hello.
It lets out
Does
a.
it react?
Yeah, it lets out a whoo, and then it turns its head 360 degrees, and then turns it back.
And then like I like pet it a little bit. I'm like, we're gonna go to sleep a little bit. Can you like watch out for things? I don't know if it says anything back to me. I just hope it.
It just flies out towards the top of the actual tomb itself, the gold lid, and then just stays there perched.
All right, good. And I'm like, I sleep near it. Like, Kalji does nothing else, just like full on trust as he like mourns his loss of Mr. G. He's gonna call him. He's gonna in his mind, this owl's gonna be called.
Mr. O.
No.
That's what I was thinking might have happened. Who?
Ooh, perfect. I'll call him Mr. Who. And I'm like, thanks, Mr. Who, and I sleep.
All right, Mr. Who hoots, and you all succumb to sleep once more. Go ahead and take that full rest. Yeah, go for it.
I have a mechanics question.
Yeah.
This bag of tricks has charges on it, and it says that it refreshes on the next dawn. I don't know when dawn is.
How many was it before you have? I mean, how many charges does it have to begin with?
3.
Yeah, you look in the bag, you have 1 remaining.
Still 1 remaining. Okay.
I mean, you didn't take your long rest yet.
Okay. Yeah.
You look in the bag, you have 1 remaining.
Got it. Got it. Got it.
All right.
All right.
Go ahead and take that long rest. 30 points are increased to 10 now and fully restored. And let's take that break.
All right, perfect.
Sorry, I totally forgot that I wasn't on mute when I let out that cough.
Very nice. Good push. Good push.
Okay.
Okay. Take that long rest. 30 is at 10 out of 10.
Woo! Nice.
And yeah, you guys awaken in this very now familiar room.
Can I see that scabbard real quick?
Kalji just takes it out from his back because I assume that he just like tied it with the rest of his shit on his back, and he's like, "Oh yeah, here."
And with that, can I try sticking the sword in it?
Which sword?
The glowy sword. Does it fit?
Yeah, it fits.
Oh,
wait, what?
Because it was
Again?
just a sword holder.
Does it like lock in there like perfectly, or is it like a
some of the blade is exposed?
Okay.
It's not perfect.
Man,
here, do you want to keep your scabbard?
There's like a strap that comes across the hilt of the blade that kind of like locks it in place.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's a little longer than the scabbard itself.
Kalji, do you want to keep this?
Sure. And then he just like ties it back to his back, going, another. He's just like, I'll carry it. Maybe I'll find the piece.
You're looking
Maybe
ready for
it's
adventure.
missing something. Yeah, with my other like weapons on my back and the weird face shield on me. Yeah, I'm pretty skittle heavy, but I think he's like,
you look like you can handle it.
Yeah. Kalji just like, man, like he's just thinking in his head, like ever since my brother was gone, I'm a little bit rusty. I just been at home all day with my sister. He's just like, I have to get back into it.
All right, and with
you're gonna
that,
need as many. I was gonna say you're gonna need as many arms as Epochra to carry all those weapons and stuff you've been hauling around.
Yeah, I don't know how I'm doing it. I'm just tying it to my body.
You can't transform into any animals with more arms, can you?
Oh.
Don't really. And I like Kalji thinks for a second and he goes, I don't know how to do magic.
Oh, okay. I think I was confusing when you were going in there, you know, you seem sort of beastly, so I don't know why I thought that had something to do with magic.
Oh, and then
that's just you. You're just him. I'm sorry,
he like
Kalji.
thinks for a second and he's like contemplating. He's like, is it magic? Because he grew up with a bunch of elves. He has seen magic, but he doesn't really think what he could like. He doesn't really associate it to be like magic because he thinks magic is like, oh, blah. So he's just like, oh, you're talking about my beast mode. When I feel threatened, I just poof. I just like look scarier. Like in his mind, he's just like
a pufferfish.
Yeah. I just become scarier. I try. Yeah. It's just, and he just thinks he's like, it just like happens, you know. It's
Got so no willing extra arms into place.
It hasn't happened yet.
Got it. Okay. All right. Well, you know, if you do, we'll be there to see it.
That's kind of deep. You like need to put up a front in order to not be afraid, and I get that. And then that's the first time that X has had an emotional comment at all. And then I look awkwardly towards the door, like, so are we going?
Yeah.
That I turned.
Kalji feels exposed because we were just having a conversation and it just got really real. He's like, okay, let's go.
I turn to sort of alleviate everyone's, feeling a little awkward, and I open up the door.
And I go, who? Come hither.
Oh yeah, Mr. Who kind of like flies up and lands on your shoulder.
Oh, cool. And I go, oh, that's nice. And then I give it like a little bit of the dragon meat. I'm like, that was cool.
Oh yeah, it pecks at it and definitely like eats it out of your fingers.
Yeah. Right,
If the
let's
owl
go.
starts talking for you, I'll know something weird happened.
Kalji loses the ability to speak and now speaks out of the owl.
Okay, that's frightening.
Yeah, we're gonna speak to each other through our animals only.
No.
It's easier to deflect. Okay. Just kidding. It's not that deep. I don't know why I talked it out of the snake.
Okay, let's go. It's just a normal door. It's just like regular exit door.
The same one that's
Oh.
always kind of like
First entrance after the
been
tomb.
this, yeah, the one that is the boundary between this the tomb of the titular tomb of the Aeon and the rest of the tomb itself. Tall double doors, like 12 feet high, carved wood, very intricate, but mundane looking and not shifting in appearance.
Can I say, hey, does anyone have paper? Can we start drawing a map of what we think this place looks like now that we've gone through it a few times? That way we can refer to it later on.
I thought that Lyra did like, I remember when we went to the big room, she made a little map in her book. Did she not continue that?
We should draw pictures of what the different doors look like and where they take us.
I've
Yeah,
been
the
distracted by dying, but
I'm so sorry.
next time that we stop, I'll fill that out from memory best I can.
Got it.
Okay, we
Also,
can
I
help
feel
you
like it's
fill it out
moved every
too.
single time, right?
Is this? I remember the very first time we went through this door. It was a long hallway that we were walking down, just like an empty hallway for a really
then one
long
time-
time.
Didn't we go directly into the room with the corpse?
And the other time we opened this door, we went straight into a cliff.
So I don't think it's the same.
So just no map drawing to be done. Okay. Well, should we open it and see if it's gonna recycle or be something completely new?
It's only one way to find out, but I'll be ready to write it down. And and I open the bad boy up.
As soon as you open it up, you're immediately hit with the smell of blood.
Okay.
In the interior of this pathway is large stone floors, and the smell of blood and decay permeate this room.
What if the war is happening right now in time?
Do we see where the blood's coming from? Or is it just like we just smell blood?
There's no light, but given your 60 feet dark vision, you do see bodies laying on the ground.
I'm gonna throw out my drift globe and cast light.
And as soon as light appears in this room, you just see bodies scattered on the ground.
Do we recognize any of them?
Are they wearing the same like stuff as the painting?
Kalji, roll for me history. Xssithiss, roll for me investigation.
This is great. 3.
Yeah, you don't recognize any of the bodies here.
5. Not good.
Yeah, they just appear to be soldiers.
Okay.
In various states of armament.
Are they wearing different uniforms?
Some of them are more equipped than others. No distinguishable sides here.
And then I know maybe this is the Chaosborn side because I don't notice anything matching with these outfits.
Does the scabbard seem to like look like it matches any of these soldiers like look to them? Like uniform? Like it like
Yes,
matches?
yes, but I will say that it looks like a common enough scabbard that anyone might have it. Like any entry level soldier might have this scabbard.
So it's
It's
just
not. It's not engraved with any sort of allegiance to kingdom, army, order, what have you.
Can we like from the looks of it, does it look like they died because of slashing, because of punctures? Like
Yeah, various wounds. Slashing. There are swords strewn about. As you look at the bodies, some of them are there's quite vicious wounds among some of them. You don't know if the battle here was particularly gruesome or what.
Does the warden give certain types of I guess like are the wounds that we get from the warden unique in any way that I would be able to differentiate like if he had fought against some of these people?
ooh.
Yeah, go ahead and roll for me investigation.
13.
13. Given your wounds and knowing the way that the warden fights, if he was at work here, it'd be a lot cleaner. It's very possible that he might have taken care of some of these, but this looks like it could have been just a battle that had taken place.
So as I'm walking around, I'm sort of looking at each of the bodies and sort of inspecting them, maybe lifting up an arm here and there. And I find one of the bodies that is, better intact and one that maybe is a bit more decayed. And I say, when in Rome, and I cast Animate Dead.
Oh,
Yeah, and one of them just like to a skeleton or a corpse. You said a corpse because more.
Can I do a skeleton and a zombie?
Okay. Skeleton.
Would there be any that would be decayed enough to be a skeleton?
We can say a skeleton rips out of one of the bodies.
yeah.
Oh my god, like ripping off the. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Like bursts out the flesh. And you said one skeleton, one zombie?
Yep.
Okay, and then one of them just reanimates
Ooh.
back to life. You can flavor me what the corpse looks like.
I was looking around because I was trying to find a body that was, maybe a bit fresher, more intact for, to raise as like a zombie and something that was maybe more strewn about to put back together as a skeleton. But, just looking for a beefy looking soldier, as I was. And, as it slowly starts to rise up, pulls itself off the ground and just holds its sword, looking and waiting for some sort of direction.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, when you reanimate these things, X is asking, like, are we able to ask them questions? Can we talk to the dead at all?
I know that there are some separate people who have the ability to talk to any dead, but for me, my connection with Auntie is unique. And I can't talk with dead.
Does it sound silent in here? Like, can we assume that they killed each other, or is it like, can I like? Cause Kalji's thinking that if it looks messier than what the warden does, he's more afraid that there's something else in here that we can't see.
Roll for me perception.
My rolls have not been great. 10.
Silent save for your footsteps, your talking, and the ever distant sound of grinding of metal on stone.
Can we see the end of the room, or can we like?
Yeah, it's not that far.
It's not that far.
You've walked in far enough and perused the light of the drift globe casting light and shadow kind of elongating the lengths of these bodies on the floors with the effect. The smell is strong, even stronger the more in it you get. But after about 20-30 feet, you do see the end of this, like barely even a hallway. It's more so like a larger room.
So
Did
the
I-
grinding of metal, like where's that sound coming from?
You've heard it before.
And then is there anyone, as I walk towards the door, I'm looking specifically for projectiles, like arrows, darts.
Yeah, there
and
are
or those things.
there are arrows around. Yeah, arrows strewn about. Bows. Some of them broken, some of them not. Yeah. If you'd like
Okay.
to collect a couple, you find like 7 arrows.
Can I look? Are there, instead of arrows, can I say I'm looking for darts?
Darts among the. Go ahead and roll for me. Investigation. Yeah, it might be a little bit tougher, but
Dang, it's rough out here. 4.
yeah, among this group of soldiers, darts would have been presumably less common for the type of
Okay.
warfare they're engaged in.
I'll take the arrows then. And is there by chance a not broken bow?
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay.
Like 2.
Okay, I'll take 1 bow and you said how many arrows?
7.
Okay. Thank you.
There's nothing shiny that like if I look up and down and like around the walls, is there anything shiny and weird in this room, or everything is just like eh?
Weird besides all the dead bodies. No.
Yeah. The dead bodies are like whatever right
yeah.
now.
You're used to that. Yeah.
Guys,
Okay,
something's
yeah.
Been there,
off
done
about this
that.
room.
Been there, done that.
And like none of the floor looks like it's loose anywhere, or like the wall, the like ceiling doesn't look like it'll collapse if I press something.
No spike holes. a
Roll
bunch
for
of little
me.
symmetrical
Yeah, that's
holes.
a different kind of check. But yeah, go ahead and roll for me investigation for that.
All right, Kalji's gonna just check this because he has stepped on things before. Oh my god, what did you say it was? It was what?
Investigation.
It's 12.
12. Yeah, you feel confident that there's nothing untoward about this room. No stones that are like actually pressure plates, or nothing where arrows might shoot out of the walls or anything like that.
X doesn't. I was gonna say X does not feel bad necessarily for the people that are dead here, but he is intrigued, and so as he walks across the room,
Kalji just goes, "Can we just leave? This room is nauseating."
Yeah, I continue to press forward. I
Mhm.
have my my skeleton and zombie, on my 2 sides at the ready.
All right.
As I'm sort of, stepping around bodies,
like it.
moving my way
I
through.
like it. Okay. Yeah. At the end of this this hallway, you see the familiar ever-shifting door before you.
Who wants to do the honors?
I'll do it.
All right. So, you approach the door. You approach the door and you touch it. You are slowly deciding what happens there, Kalji.
Okay.
And there won't be
He goes,
discussion once you approach. As you approach the towering door, you notice that its surface is covered in an array of chaotic imagery that seems to shift and swirl before your very eyes. Go ahead and roll for me a d8.
6.
The door flickers with the images of the world's greatest cities and civilizations, each one rising and falling in a never-ending cycle of birth, death, and rebirth. And before it starts to settle, you sense the possibility of being able to manipulate this door. You take it.
Kalji intrigued on the cityscape, just like goes in. Like he's just like he's for it. He's like, all right. He's like, we've been seeing gardens, we've been seeing meadows, we've been seeing darkness. for him, it's like this is new. This is new. This must be good.
All right. You place your hand upon the door and push forward. The door gives way. And you enter this room. Feels familiar.
Oh,
It's massive in size.
we've been here. He goes.
But something is different about this immediately. You now see the far wall of this room, whereas before you had traveled hours to simply traverse it.
It was just darkness.
This time, an unsourceable light has illuminated the far back of this wall, and it reveals a mural covering the entire far wall in the back. As you gaze upon the mural, you see a numinous depiction of two armies locked in fierce battle. One goddess stands tall and resolute, wielding a spear that seems to shimmer and shift with the passage of time itself. Her expression one of grim determination, as if she knows the fate that awaits her. In contrast, the other goddess is a whirlwind of motion and energy. She wields a jagged sword that crackles with chaotic power, and her hair and clothing are caught up in a storm of swirling energy. Her face is twisted in a cruel smile, as if she takes place in the destruction around her. Or she takes pleasure in the destruction around her. One more thing. Around them, the very fabric of reality seems to warp and twist as their forces collide.
Okay.
Wait, is it a moving painting?
Yeah, seemingly shifting in imagery. Mm-hmm.
Oh. And Kalji goes. He's like, he turns around. And is like, I guess we missed this because it was dark last time.
The mural's beautiful.
Do you think like how in the statue room we were in it and it was light, and then the next time we were in it was like dark? Do you think the rooms, whether it light or dark, means it's like morning and night?
That's interesting. Yeah, maybe there's some reason why these things turn on and off.
I'm not sure. I'm sure something drives it. I've lost my sense of time though.
Well, what if wait, how far away are we from this wall right now?
It's hard to discern. It's incredibly far. Last you recall, it took you 4 hours to travel one length of these of this room. You had
the one that had the bridge.
Oh, you had traveled it before last time. You had followed the wall to the right, walked a couple hours until you hit a corner, followed that wall for another 4 hours, and then once you hit that last corner, you made another turn, and then followed that for another couple hours until you hit the exit on the other side.
Yeah, this is a room where we found Captain Durant the first time, but it was just completely dark.
Mm-hmm.
Or was it before we met him? I forgot. And I just.
You guys want to go left around?
I mean, like, it's just a huge room. Like, it's just a big open space.
Yeah. Even though it is illuminated, it is dim as the light kind of extends towards like the corners of this space. You definitely can see the far wall, which has most of the light placed upon it. Seeing the actual walls on the sides, on the far sides, it's not as visible.
Okay. We can go left, and maybe like Lyra's like orb, you can see if there's another mural on this side or something. Who knows? But it took us hours in this room.
Yeah, so Um. Okay. So, how much of the room are we able to see when I'm casting light? Only part of it, or is it
Your
mostly illuminated?
your casting light provides illumination in your immediate area, but in the grand scope of this room, is not doing much to add to it.
Okay.
So you can see around you for like I believe 60 feet or whatever the light spell. Light. Okay, so it's actually 10.
We'll say I'm gonna cast this anyway, so we'll say I cast the daylight. So I mean, we'll do that once per day. So daylight is a 60-foot sphere of light that spreads out from a point I choose within range. It sheds a dim light for an additional 60 feet.
Okay. Upon revealing, how much additional feet?
I think it only adds up from 120 to the center.
Okay, so 60-foot light, and then 60 more feet is it kind of sheds dim, right?
Yeah.
Okay. At the kind of like edges of your daylight spell, you see a small figure, kind of like on the ground.
When you say small, just in stature, or
Yeah,
like you would see from here.
Yeah.
Wait, is that a little girl? Is it?
With 60 feet isn't like that far. Yeah, that's like 6 stories. And then given your night vision, it's not night vision, it's called something else. Dark sight? I forgot. What is it called again?
Dark vision.
Dark vision.
Okay. With your dark vision, you can intuit that it appears to be a little girl.
Oh. And Kalji just walks up to him. Just sees it, immediately rushes over because in his mind he remembers that we made a theory that Dr. Isadora or Professor Isadora is probably a child right now. So he immediately thinks it's her. So he's just gonna bug it and try to see if she's okay.
Yeah, as you approach, you see this young girl sitting cross-legged on the floor. Her curly brown hair falling over her face as she scribbles on a piece of parchment. And upon hearing you approach, she looks up at you with curious, bright blue eyes. Or bright brown eyes, rather. Sorry. Amber eyes. And she goes, "Hi."
Hello.
She turns
what's your
back to
name?
her scribbling. You see her drawing on a piece of paper. She goes, Cece.
Cece. Is Cece short for anything?
My mom calls me Celine.
Oh,
Yes.
really? And I was like, what are you drawing there, Celine? Cece? Huh.
Oh, it's just something that I think about sometimes.
What does it look like?
It looks like this.
Oh, I didn't.
Oh, also, can you post the owlbear again?
Sure.
I always lose Albert. Okay. Nice.
By the way, I love these paintings.
Thanks.
I forgot we had more of them.
She goes, "Who are you?"
My name is Kalji.
Kalji, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. We've been looking for you.
Really?
Yeah. Didn't you come here with a bunch of friends?
I don't remember.
How did you get in here?
I got lost. I think I got separated from my mom. Are you guys gonna help me find my mom?
Yeah, I can
Sure.
help you find your mom.
Cool.
And I go to shake her hand.
Hi, nice
Professor Xssithiss.
Is Professor Xssithiss, nice to meet you. She raises her
No,
hand out.
no, you're Professor. Oh. And then I just go, and I slap the hand away, and I'm like, oh, maybe later.
He's not good with people, but he means well.
I'm gonna tell my zombie and skeleton to hang back. And that we're good. And so I'm maybe like 15 feet away, like letting. I'm with. Sorry, I won't give a specific range. It's like I'm within earshot.
Yeah.
But keeping as much distance as possible. I'm gonna tell them to wait here and then follow from this distance, unless I tell them otherwise. And then I walk over and I introduce myself as hi. I'm Lyra.
You're pretty. Nice to meet you.
Oh, thank you. You're pretty too. Nice to meet you, Celine.
I'm Cece. Yeah, Celine. Nice to meet you.
Or Cece. Which one do you want?
All my friends call me Cece. You can see, as you look at her, you see she's wearing like an oversized. She's wearing like an oversized red shawl. That's she's kind of using it as like a poncho of sorts.
Got it. Okay.
And it's like, I don't think she knows how she got here.
I mean, neither did Dr. Ashwood, right?
Maybe we ask questions and maybe she'll remember.
I don't know if we need her to remember, or do we? Should we?
Oh wait, does someone have her
mom,
old picture that she drew?
Oh. Yeah, I think everything is with I'm assuming all the pages is with Lyra. I don't think any of us are holding
bookkeeper.
Anything. Yeah.
The keeper notes.
But didn't in one of the Kalji's talking, like when parents are talking while the kid is like drawing
quiet,
and shit.
like yeah.
I was like, didn't she write about like her mom telling her about this place? Like maybe she can tell us a story. Like she's saying she's having visions of these things, or like dreams.
Yeah, who is her mom?
You want to ask her?
Yeah. So what is? You said you're dreaming of this a lot. What exactly is that?
I didn't say I was dreaming of this.
You vision it?
No, we just met.
What? Isn't that what you said? What did she say when I gave it to her?
The drawing, you just met the figure in your drawing?
Oh, this drawing.
Yeah.
Oh.
For a second, like I just got goosebumps, like as Lyra, like, oh God. Like I just met it. You don't see them, they're right here.
I know. I was like,
I really don't know what it is, but I see it in my dreams a lot.
Is it like a door? Is it a being? Does it talk?
No, it doesn't talk. It just looks at me. It's kind of weird.
What figure is in the drawing? Just a weird shape?
Yeah, it's a thing. It's just a thing that looks at me.
An eyeball.
Eyeball on a scroll?
Something.
On a door?
Or is it looks spiky and like
every time I look at it, it looks different, but usually like this.
And so very chaotic.
I say, oh, we're lost in here too, but I think I found some of your drawings on the way.
Oh yeah, what'd you find?
I show her the first one where she looks all happy next to the statue.
Oh,
can you tell me about when you made this one?
Yeah, I just like how it makes me feel. And
how does it make you feel?
Well, it makes me miss my mom. I haven't seen her in a long time. I don't know where she is.
But when you were at the statue, it makes you feel the same way?
It makes me feel a little bit better.
Your mom sounds like a great person. Did she used to tell you stories a lot?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Really? About what?
She told me about fantastical things. Sometimes stories of the gods and stuff like that.
Oh, any god in particular was her favorite?
Was her favorite? I don't remember her favorite.
How about your favorite?
Oh, my favorite. I really liked. She smiles for a bit. No, I'm not gonna say.
I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, this is like dealing with a real child, by the way.
Kalji goes.
It's so-
Kalji goes. And he goes. What? Why not? You're gonna keep it a secret from us?
Yeah. Sometimes secrets
Well-
are nice.
What's that? That's that like that saying that people say like, secrets don't make friends, and or something like. God.
Secrets are no fun. Secrets
Yeah.
hurt someone.
Oh
Yeah. Yep. There it is.
Mm-hmm.
That feels accurate. That's what I say.
Well, I mean, these secrets aren't about you.
But aren't secrets great when it's shared with like one person and like the other people don't know?
No, it's okay. I keep my secrets to myself.
I think I also found
Show her the
another
other
really cool
painting.
drawing
Oh,
of
there
yours.
it is. Show her the other
Yeah,
one.
which one?
This one was a little bit scarier to me though,
Oh,
but I don't know how you felt about it. And then I show her the spiky boy.
yeah, he's pretty scary. I've seen him around.
Oh,
Ara-
did he try to talk to you?
No, he leaves me alone, but I've seen him hurt people before.
Have
He
you talked
leaves
to him?
you alone?
He doesn't get close to me.
Interesting.
What do you usually do when you see him?
I find something to hide behind. A corner. His noises are scary.
Can agree more.
Does
But
it
yeah.
does it look like she's taking these papers from somewhere? Like she has another notebook or something? Like is she drawing in a notebook?
She had like scraps of parchment.
But no book.
No notebook.
Damn. So why are you just in here? Like have you seen any other rooms around here?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What other rooms have you seen?
I've seen a library. I've seen a fountain. I've seen a room that's in a forest with a large tree. I've seen a room that's all black and it has a chair in it that this guy sits in. Yeah, a couple of the rooms too.
Is there any rooms that your favorite? Is this room your favorite?
This room is my favorite. Mm-hmm.
Why is that?
Because this is one of the stories that my mom used to tell me.
What'd she tell you about?
This story.
I'm not really too familiar about the story. Do you want to tell me about it?
Yeah, it's my favorite.
Okay.
So, once upon a time, there was a mommy and a baby. And mommy loved her baby so much. She took really special care of her baby and helped her grow big and strong, just like mommy. Once baby grew up, she left mommy to travel on her own. And when she traveled, she learned a lot about mommy's job and how sometimes mommy makes mistakes. This made baby upset. She thought mommy was too strict on her job and that she hurt a lot of people. Mommy said she had to keep doing her job that way or else everything will become a mess. Baby said sometimes a mess is better than hurting people badly on purpose. They got into a big fight and lasted very long, like 100 million years. In the end, they were both very tired, but mommy won. Mommy put baby in timeout to think about her actions for a long time and put baby in her own mess because she said baby likes it so much. Timeout is very scary, but baby is safe. Mama put a babysitter to watch baby and protect her from strangers. And then she kind of like looks down. She goes, I miss my mommy. She starts to like tear up.
Oh, it's
Oh.
okay. Oh no.
I don't know how to handle crying children. I'm just gonna let you guys take that one.
Okay. Yeah.
I said, do you want to work on this drawing together?
Okay.
And
She hands
I
you-
take, what does she have?
She's got like like a piece of charcoal. Yeah, like 2 pieces of charcoal, and she gives you a paper and one, and then she starts drawing on hers.
Okay, sweet. And I'm just drawing on the little charcoal thing next to her.
As you guys are drawing together, she goes, I think you guys can help me find mommy. Is it okay if I stay with you?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
We're lost too, but we'll try to help you find your mom.
What does your mommy look like? So we know who to look out for.
She looks like me, but bigger. Her hair is curly. She has the best smile.
Does she have like 2 arms?
Yeah, just like me.
Oh, okay, just double checking. Cool.
If we get split up, where should we meet?
This room is your
Um,
favorite, right?
It's my favorite. It's one of my favorite, but it's really big.
Well, we have a room that we keep on ending up in, but I don't know if you can come into that room with us.
How about the fountain? Or the
Oh, how about the meadow? So we can reunite the 2 people, the professor and Isadora.
Meet
How
where?
about the room with the big statue?
The room with my favorite statue?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll be there.
All right, perfect. So for now, we're gonna take her with us, right?
And then I tell Mr. Who, keep an eye out for this little one, okay?
Oh, and by the way,
Have the alerts if there's anything. Yes.
I have some other buddies following us. Just ignore them.
Okay. Are they your friends?
Yeah, no, they're our friends.
Okay. What are the names?
And then
They're like standing there in the background,
That's silent.
just waiting in anticipation.
Yeah, Hank and Georgie.
Hank and Georgie. Those are nice names. And then she like looks
And
back towards them and kind of creeped out.
I in my head, I'm commanding them to wave a little bit.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Friendliest way possible. Yeah.
they like hitting each other as they waited.
They're pretty goofy.
And then I say, oh, okay, the little snake is talking for me. And I'm like, just to be clear, I'm Xssithiss, and this is Zephyr. Zephyr speaks for both of us.
Professor
Okay. And then I turn
Xssithiss
around.
and Zephyr. Nice to meet you. Is Zephyr your pet?
No. Zephyr is his own person.
Okay. Okay. Nice to meet you too, Zephyr.
And then I turn, because I don't like children still.
Uh-huh.
I take a glance at the owl, who I don't have good experiences with, or my snake friends don't seem to have good experiences with, and I walk forward.
I just go down to her like, maybe if we're lucky we can find my giant goat when we get to that statue room.
Do you guys walk through the center towards the end, like towards the mural?
Did we want to track the left side just to have an idea of what it is?
Yeah, we can track in that direction. Yeah.
Okay. All right. You begin the trek following this wall on the left side of the door you entered in, and you just continue that around counterclockwise. Yeah.
As we're doing this, can I mold earth at all?
This room is still just like the last time you had entered this room. This room is largely stone.
Okay. Never mind.
All right. You begin the trek, and for as long as you've been walking, it's one of those things where the mural is so big it doesn't look like it's moved at all. You continue following this wall, tracing it for an hour, 2 hours, before finally hitting the corner. Taking that as a mark to follow it around all the way through, you continue following this this left wall, and you continue traveling.
We don't see anything odd. Like it really is just like the right side where it just felt like it's just like a big ass square room.
Roll for me perception.
Ooh, that's better. No, it's not 13.
All right. 13. As you look around, you don't see anything kind of sticking out. The wall has been pretty same-ish the entire way through. With your 13, you hear a faint sound of yelling.
Do I recognize the voice?
This is a yelling you've heard before.
Like a crazy guy yelling?
Like a yelling. It harkens back to the first time you were in this room.
And I was just like, I go, we have to hurry, let's get out of this room. I think I hear Durant.
Is it ahead of us?
It's off in the center. It's like, it's not directly ahead of you. It's off in like more so the center of this room. This large room. Yeah.
Oh, and with that, yeah, I agree, and I try to quicken my pace.
Okay. Yeah. With this hurried pace, you continue forward. Cece is not that talkative. She's still kind of shy around you all. She does get tired at some point.
Can I pick her
really
up?
early on. Yeah. Yeah, and she allows you
And
to
put her on my back. Like,
Okay.
let's go on a ride.
Yeah. Mr. Who kind of like scoots over to account for the little girl's arms as you kind of like carry her like a backpack.
Yeah, I hope Mr. Who just like comforts her like a haha, like a pet. Like
Yeah.
Like come on, we just have to go. Like try to be happy, but like he learned from the last time that even though he wants Captain Duran to be safe, if he yells, it's a bad news. Like
yeah, he pecks for a little bit, like small pecks, just like inquisitive, and then yeah, after a couple moments of this, Mr. Hoof kind of like flies off.
He leaves?
Yeah.
Why? Where are you going? Who?
Mm-hmm.
Is he scared? Does it feel like he flew away because he was scared of something?
No. It just flew away. Are you continuing walking, or do you?
Can I? When I notice that he's off my shoulder, like Kalji like sort of stops and like tries to track back to see what he's going for.
You just I am in the distance. You lose sight of him for like a minute or two. Eventually he comes back and returns to your shoulder and begins placing small sticks into Cece's hair.
And I just look at him and like, warn me next time. If you're gonna go, just go hoo or something.
You suspect he may be nesting.
On her head?
Yes.
How very owl of him.
And I just look at it, it's like, next time, tell me or I'm gonna leave you. And I just keep on going, try to catch up to everybody else.
Yeah, the rest of the
nesting on her.
The rest of the
I'll think about it. I'll ponder over it later.
Of the travel on this far wall is a lot more hurried, so you arrive at the far end maybe 3.5 hours. You hit that corner and then fall. You're now standing directly under the mural, and from this vantage point, you don't see any of it because how tall it is beside you. And you continue following that wall all the way to the end. you still now you all still occasionally hear the sound of screaming in
Do we know
the
what he's
far
saying?
distance. It's unintelligible at this distance. Sometimes it's just yells out and crying. Sometimes there are words, but you can't make it out. But
Crying.
after several more 2 more hours, you finally hit a door at the end of this.
Honestly, I'm just trying to get away from Captain Duran too. I'm not messing with that.
I walked towards the door. I did not care for him.
There's like a, because he heard a little bit of crying, there's a slight guilt in Kalji's heart. But also, he has a kid with him, so he's also like gotta protect the child. So he feels guilty, but figures he can handle himself, and then just like I'll just go in there reluctantly try to open that door.
Okay. Yeah, you push the door open, and it is. Hold on.
Man, are we the chaos in this orderly prison?
Is she the chaos in this prison?
I mean, all I know is she's been fined, so I want to do whatever she's doing.
I mean,
Yeah,
like
we should be following her.
She said the warden. Yeah, I guess we're discussing. I mean, she said the warden just watches her but doesn't do anything, and then she tells the story about how the mommy just puts. So the theory that Xssithiss had, where it's like this prison was built for the chaos. Like in her story, it was like mommy built a place that she like. Oh, if you like chaos, I'll make chaos for you. So chaos baby. And then she also said the story was there was a babysitter that watches the chaos as it goes through, but the chaos like maze thing the mommy built wasn't fun because it feels lonely. Like it has to be related somehow.
I think
Like
the warden is protecting someone from us, so if we are good, then maybe it won't hurt us. We're not a threat.
What have you done that made us seem like a threat? Just walking in?
We haven't hurt anyone except Duran.
Weren't we chucking a bunch of things through the hole in the statue?
Vandals, maybe, but murderers, nay.
I was seeing if I was trying and failed to put the whatever animal that was gonna pop up in its hands, and I was just not. I was too athletic, so it just went through her body. I didn't mean it. It was just it's misplaced strength.
Good intentions, really. We just wanted to fill the hole in her heart.
What if she's the chaos reborn?
Oh, it's reborn. Yeah, I could go on with these theories forever. I'm going slightly crazy in here, so don't get me started.
Did we close the door behind us?
The door that you had entered like 7.5 hours ago.
No. I thought we opened the door already.
Oh no, you hadn't yet. Well,
guys, I think we forgot to do something. I'll be right back.
We run through the middle. It only takes an hour.
Oh, what if it does? Like, what if time moves differently on the sides, but in the middle it's like
it's like 10 minutes.
those escalator straightways.
Are the ones that are like fast? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. You open the door, and inside you see on the far side of this hallway, you see the shifting doors before you. There is a little ledge, maybe like 10 feet past the door you had entered in through. So there's like this ledge you all can stand on. And at the far end, in front of the shifting door, there's another ledge, similar in like depth. Between you all is maybe a 30-40 foot gorge, like a distance between the two. there are stone pillars, maybe like conveniently 5x5 in in width and length, and then it kind of like extends downward into this darkness, and they are scattered amongst the chasm between both sides.
So it's like little like hopping stones.
Mm-hmm.
Does it look scary?
Yeah, I'm scared.
Do I feel intimidating by the not seeing of the floor?
Yeah, I mean that's you. Is Kalji afraid of heights?
Are you?
Yeah? Are you?
Can you send who over to look?
Like if there's any like traps or anything?
Or like, are we gonna hop on it and then we just don't see the bottom of it? Of the chasm?
Yeah, we just can I just go I tell you want him to go down or like across?
Up to you.
And I look at Mr. Who and it's like, hey, can you look down there? Can you see if it looks scary?
Yeah, Mr. Who kind of like whoos and then like stops what he's doing on Cece's head and then like flies down into the chasm.
I don't even know what's happening on her head.
Yeah, and he goes down.
You hear like I can hear flapping of wings, right?
Yeah.
Is there like a point where I can like I don't hear it anymore?
Yes.
Oh shit. That sounds far.
After a couple minutes, Mr. Hook returns visibly very tired.
And I say, okay, come back here. Sorry. And I look at him like, did you reach the bottom? Give me like a who for yes and a hoo for no.
He twists his head 360 degrees. Well, one like 90 degrees left, 90 degrees right.
He didn't make it to the bottom of that.
You guys, should I call out Gia and Bull, the two vultures, so we can ride them?
I think that might be the safest bet, because I don't think we can safely jump these. How far is each pillar?
They vary in distance from one another. The closest one to where you guys are at is like maybe like 7 feet away from you. The next closest one after that might be 10 foot away from the ledge. But among them, you observe a path that could be done.
Okay. But the distance from where we are to the other door on the other way doesn't seem that far, right?
It's like a 40-foot gap.
Doable, dude. Doable. Because last time we just had to worry about them disappearing, and then if that happens, that's a little bit more precarious in this situation.
You said it was 30 feet?
40 feet from one end to the other.
Okay.
And this is the room where also I couldn't mold any earth, right? Or that was this before?
This is a room you had never been to before.
Yeah.
Let's see. There's some sand that comprises like the corners of each of the like in the corners of each of the rooms. That's you can manipulate. But yeah.
Okay, who wants to go first? If it's only 40 feet, or do you want me to pull out the animals
We could.
last year?
Let me see. I'll just go like I ask Cece. You see those? Do you think you can jump those, or do you want to stay on my back?
Whoa, yeah. I think regardless of what she says.
No, I would give the kid a choice. You know, kids love choices.
No, it looks pretty far.
Okay, you're gonna stay on my back, okay?
Are you a good jumper?
I think I'm a average jumper.
Oh.
But you know, I think I'm the only one that can hold you.
Well, he's bigger than you, as she points at Xssithiss.
I don't like kids.
Oh.
Okay.
I mean, okay, I mean, no, and then I turn around and like, okay, I mean, do you want me to carry you? Can try.
But
Okay.
if you guys wait, Xssithiss, do you have any do you have any ice spells by chance?
I do. What kind of ice spell are you looking for, though?
Can you freeze a section of water?
Oh, of water? No, can't.
Well, I mean, like, how does what can you
I
do? What are your abilities that you have?
I I just changed all my spells and have spent time meditating after my last death. So, yeah, one of them, if you're looking for ice, is I can create a shard of ice and fling it at a creature within range and make a yeah, that's the only ice thing I have. I have the ability to heat metal, any metal, um, blur, hide myself. I can hide you guys now, so we can pass without trace. We should try that next time we see what's his
Ooh,
face. Can cure wounds now. I have
nice.
poison spray, gust. I can mold earth. I can
Uh,
create bonfire and control flames.
I'm thinking about my ability for the wall of water, and then I'm like, oh yeah, it has to be on the ground. It can't just span a chasm. I was thinking that we could put a wall of water across, freeze it, then walk across it.
Oh, wait.
Sorry, while you
Maybe
guys
I
deliberate,
can-
I'm gonna use the restroom. Sorry, continue.
No worries, no worries.
Okay.
I think it has to be on the ground. It says in the spell.
Wait, I can mold earth though. I can just move the sand that Lauren said was in the corner of the room, and then I'll
Well, if
spread
that's
it
the
out.
case, could we just walk across that sand? You know what I mean?
Oh, you're so right. I don't know how much sand did he say there was.
I don't
Let
know.
me ask him.
Because I don't know if you can make a bridge out of it'll depend on how far he's willing to let you stretch it, like the spell, whether or not you
Well,
can build a bridge out of sand.
and
If
also,
we combine it, though, like how do we harden sand? You think about that.
Concrete.
Hmm.
What were you gonna say?
I think Kalji got emotional damage. Like the kid just said I wasn't buff enough, and he wants to go on Xssithiss, who has only insulted her.
I feel like
Kalji's
that's how kids are. They like seek approval, you know?
Kalji's pride is hurt right now, and he just
Oh,
can't think. You guys are deliberating right now, and Kalji's just
no.
like standing
No.
there with the kid on his back, going, "He doesn't like me, like all the other kids when I was younger. Doesn't like me.
No.
Oh my gosh.
All I wanted were friends, but they looked at me different because
And Xssithiss just wanted to be left alone too. Doesn't want this kid.
Kalji's just standing there trying to be happy, but you could tell inside he's dying.
Alright.
Lawrence, how
Yeah.
much sand did you say there was? And could I make a small bridge out of it?
You could, yeah, as you collect the sand, you have a good like maybe like a 2-foot diameter sphere of sand for you.
Do you think that okay, I could walk on it? So I put it on the ledge, right? And then I don't put all my weight on it. I'm just gonna put one foot on this sand thing. Does my foot go through or does it feel solid?
Let me double check the mold earth.
Do you have feet?
No, okay, the tip of my tail.
Okay, sorry.
The tip of my tail that still
Sorry.
has one pant leg.
I just needed a visual. Because you said feet, and I was like, oh, I didn't realize he had feet.
Imagine.
They don't really
Right.
work. You're just slithering while the feet are just dangling on
Yeah.
your
It looks like I'm riding a snake and I'm not.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's what you're
That'd be
doing.
so funny.
Okay. Man, I'm reading this spell again for the first time in like maybe like 6 sessions, and we've definitely stretched its limitations.
Yeah, because the first time we used it to like step out of the
You
hole.
created like a ladder, which I thought was reasonable. But since then, well, no, you've pushed away like falling
I've
sand, which I
slithered
thought
on
was
top on the ledges too.
yeah.
Slithered
So
on ledges.
you've had earth extend out of like ledges. Okay, I was thinking like you were creating floating pieces of like sand or earth at this point, like kind of like floating, but we haven't done that yet. This creating floating sand would exceed the limitations of mold earth. And it says deposited
Okay.
up to 5 feet away. And I had it in my mind that Xssithiss was like a full-on earthbender and like
Oh.
No,
Hey.
no, go ahead. You can keep
Hey,
that in
really
your
like
mind.
as
That's fine.
DM, your word
That's
is law.
fine.
You know what I mean?
Uh-huh,
You know,
Like
This
Xssithiss
is your world,
actually
Lawrence.
is like the
this is
avatar and
our
has only
world. You know.
learned earth and air right
Mm,
now, and he's trying to learn water from Lyra. So
Mm.
you just need to work with that. I'm sorry.
Water is my weakness.
I'm
Okay.
just
I'm averse to
brother.
water.
I'll say you can like pull and float sand up to you, but actual like solid earth, it has to be connected to like a wall or the ground.
Mhm.
You can have sand
Makes sense.
float, but to step on it, like would I feel exceed the limitations of the spell.
Okay, so we're saying it's 40 feet across. How sparsely spread out are these little platforms, and how wide are the platforms? You said 5 by
Mhm.
5.
5 by
for
5,
the
and
width.
then it
Okay.
just drops on either on like all sides. The distance ranges between 7 to like 15 feet closest to the closest one between each of these pillars. They're all level.
Wait, I don't think I'd be good at jumping. I don't have legs. Anyways, sorry.
Wants you to
Speaking to
hold her.
myself.
It's okay. She wants you to hold her. Just amuse this child.
Oh, so she kind of like she's kind of like nervously kind of like does one of these and she goes, "Is it okay?"
I say, it's okay. And then I say, but I don't want to jump with you on my back. I'm quite slippery and sheen with my nice moistened scales. And I say, I'm gonna conjure animals. I'm just gonna cast the vultures.
You said it was before you said it was only like 40 feet across.
Correct.
Is there anything on the other side that I can attach something to, like a pillar?
No, it's flat.
Okay, Gia and Vol, the two giant vultures are back, and I'm gonna say, hey, let's just none of the shenanigans. I'm sure that will die. I mean, I look at the kid and like get back to that room soon. So get on.
Okay.
We still have the zombie and the skeleton with us.
Yeah, we can take multiple trips. It's only 30, 40 feet.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I pick up the little girl and I'm holding her like this. Like just like, all right, let's
Like
go.
football.
All right.
You're not gonna let her just sit on the
Uh-huh.
Okay, that's fine.
So,
Is she having fun? I imagine she's having fun.
This is a lot to take in for her. But I guess there's a little bit of security being in this group compared to being alone before.
I'm also very muscly, so I look strong. And so my hold on this football little girl is
for sure.
very tight.
Yeah, and as you look at
Mhm.
her hair, like her kind of like mass of curly hair, you see like a small nest being like made on one corner of it. Yeah, so you all you and Cece hop on one of your birds.
And I say, anyone else on this bird? Are you guys good? I don't know how much a skeleton weighs, but
I mean,
Gia
like,
will probably
if
be
you
fine.
if you do that, could I just hop on behind you and then just grab the skeleton by the hat? Like, I'm pretty sure the skeleton doesn't weigh a lot. Can I just grab him and do the same thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just have the I just look at Lyra. Just have the zombie with you, like, and I'm holding your skeleton like this.
You're gonna go on another bird, or you just start carrying the skeleton.
Can the vulture carry both me and Xssithiss as we're holding?
No.
It's too much.
Mm.
You're too heavy.
Yeah, my vulture buckles, and I'm like, no, you go over there.
Go one at a time. We'll go one at a time. Just go. I'll stay over here with the skeleton. I'll just wait.
Yeah, I imagine you still haven't dropped the skeleton.
Yeah, I haven't dropped the skeleton. I just like, I tried. I thought I could do it. And the skeleton's just like this.
The other vulture is completely free. You can take my second vulture. This is Vol. I'm riding Vol, and Gia is next to me.
Yeah, but I'm gonna have like Lyra and then the zombie go first.
Very polite of you.
Like I'll just sit here, still skeleton under my arm, just waiting.
All right, I go with my zombie buddy across, riding on. Sort of, one hand behind me trying to secure the zombie to make sure it doesn't topple over.
Okay. You so you all leave and you all climb on the vultures and begin to take off towards the other side.
Kalji and the skeleton are just standing on the other side, waiting.
Okay. All right. As you hop on, you begin to fly over Vol. The weight of Vol, kind of like under your, not feet, but your scales. As you all traverse, as you begin crossing the gorge, you hear a slight heavy rumble. I want you to roll for me a dex save, both of you. Actually, Ina, roll for me a dex save for Vol and roll a dex save for the Gia.
Oh, okay, hold on.
So we landed on the other side and we started feeling the rumbling.
No. You hear a rumbling as you begin to take flight, as you cross over.
No!
Okay, the first one is 13.
13?
And the second one is a 3. Uh-oh. Do we want to use some of our points?
That was Vol.
Okay.
All right.
Do what you need to do. We have a lot. Do what you think is right.
Okay, can we change it to... I don't even know if it would really make a difference. Okay, well...
Kalji, you observe as Vol and Gia start to take off across. The pillars below start to like tremble. And then one shoots up towards Vol as it approaches quickly. Vol, sensing the movement, dodges in the nick of time.
Okay, me and Cece are okay.
Gia, and as well as Lyra, and was it the zombie or the? Oh, it was the zombie, right?
Zombie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you all get struck by this quickly moving pillar. You, the three of you take 3 bludgeoning damage.
But they're still up in the air.
They're still up in the air. I need Lyra and the zombie to make a dex save.
All right, we'll start with me. Dex save. I rolled a.
Wait, you said 4 damage?
17.
I think it was 3 bludgeoning.
It's 3.
Yeah.
Bludgeoning. Okay. And then for the zombie, it's gonna be -2 whatever I roll because it's a fucking zombie.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 19 -2, 17.
Okay. All 3 of you get struck, but despite that jarring hit, or that stunning hit rather, you all manage to like retain grasp of Vol as Vol kind of like does a barrel roll twirl in reaction to it, and you guys frantically begin to cross over as more pillars start to shoot up and attempt to attack you. I need another dex save for both of those birds. Yeah.
Both of the birds? Oh,
yeah,
shit.
again.
So the first one's for...
First one is for Vol, second one's for Gia.
All right.
18.
Mm-hmm.
And 13.
Okay. Yeah. More pillars start to shoot upward. Vol and Gia, now aware of what's going on, frantically avoid and like swerve among like shooting pillars that are like shifting upward and downward. I need one more dex save for both of those birds. First one,
okay.
Gia
Also, how far across are we at this point?
7.
You're at the last stretch. 7 for Gia?
7, yeah, and then 17.
Okay. Vol makes it. Vol along with Lyra and the zombie.
Vol is
kind of like.
Vol is on.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Vol is the one that I'm on.
Gia makes it across with Lyra and the zombie, and like it's a rough landing. You guys just like and like collapse once you hit solid ground. Gia, you get your or sorry, it's Gia, right? That Xssithiss is riding on, or it's Vol.
Vol, yeah.
Yeah, Vol gets struck by a flying pillar. You all take 7 bludgeoning.
Cheers.
Cheers.
7 bludgeoning.
As it like kind of like shoots you up into the air this last stretch, and you kind of all just like fall down. Roll for me a dexterity to see if you can retain holding on to Vol. Oh, I need Cece to roll dex as well.
4.
Okay. You said 4?
Yeah.
You all crash land. The last like 10 feet you guys are falling, you crash land onto the other side, but make it. You had lost grip of Cece at this point, and you, Vol and Cece land hard on the other side. Finally, you all take 2 bludgeoning.
Can I try to brace? Can I try to brace? What's her name? Cece?
Okay, roll for me. Roll for me dexterity really quick.
Okay. 15.
You catch her in your arm as you all hit the ground, but she still takes the force of landing on the earth. You cushion it a little bit, but you all ate it pretty hard. You still take that damage.
Okay.
After you all cross, the stones begin to like return to place.
Huh. Okay, that's gonna suck. I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on. How bad does she look, the little girl?
She looks kind of bad.
Okay. I touch her and I'm like, everything's gonna be okay. Then I cast Cure Wounds.
She looks at you behind crying eyes as her bruises start to disappear slowly.
She gets 15.
Perfect. Thank you. All right. Kalji, you just witnessed this. You're on the other side.
All right.
You and the skeleton.
I look at that I was like, I don't even want to fly. That sounds scary. Kalji just in a rush decides he's just gonna try to jump it. With the skeleton. What I do instead of holding the skeleton, because I feel like I might need both my arms. How heavy is the skeleton? If I take the skeleton and just tie it onto my body, how cumbersome is that?
It's annoying because he's kind of like flailing around.
Like a backpack, you like with his like back to back.
Oh my gosh, he's like hugging you.
More,
back hugging you?
No. Like I have our backs together, and I just do like an X on me, and his arms are like facing the other way, and I'm just so I get full mobility.
Yeah, I mean, if you spend the time to do that, I'll let you know how.
Yeah. So I saw that, thinking, no, I don't want to fly. After remembering last time I fell and it just wasn't great. I look at the skeleton and I'm like, bear with me, and then I just start tying him onto my body. Just like, ugh.
Okay. The skeleton kind of looks at you, Lyra, asking like if this is okay, just like as this is happening.
Yeah, I was like, let this happen. Yeah.
Okay. And then it's like they just dangle down.
Okay. And I just look at I'll look at Mr. Who and I tell him, if you need to fly, fly, but we're gonna try to get to the other side, okay? If anything happens, he's gonna survive.
Okay.
I don't care. All right. He just goes for it.
You try to jump.
Yeah.
Roll for me a dex save.
Oh, natural 20.
Okay. You land perfectly on that first square.
Oh. Okay. And then he feels like confident.
As you stand on it, the ground starts to tremble, and all the pillars start to just like smush together and collect. You're now standing on maybe like a 20 by 20 foot pillar, and like right at the edge of it, because it's on. We're standing on the first one you had landed on, and the rest of it just came to it.
Oh. Huh. And then I go, I don't know how long this is gonna last. I just book it across.
Okay. You get partway through, and it just shoots up.
I brace. I like not brace, but I sort of like crouch down a little bit as it's like shooting me up.
Yeah.
And I just try to. I hope for the best.
Yeah. You, Lyra and Xssithiss, you observe this as the now joined pillar just shoots up into the air. Like there was no the ceiling wasn't low as it just shoots up. Kalji, you travel maybe 50, 60 feet before it just stops. You catch a little bit of air and then land on the land back on the pillar awkwardly. There's a path that extends now flush with the pillar that you had arrived on. There is a shifting door before you.
Dang. How does everyone else look? I look at Lyra.
Yeah, bumps and bruises, but they've taken worse, especially from what you've seen. Your major concern, especially from your vantage, was Cece, because I mean, small falls like that do a lot to a little girl.
Is she looking better now? Is she still crying?
She looks comforted. Yeah, she looks better.
I don't say anything actually. I just tap her on the head. I'm like, see, you're fine. And then
what happened to your friend?
We all took some damage. I'm unsure how to tell a kid that this was a pretty gruesome fall. He did an owie. I mean, they did an owie. Everyone did an owie. Okay. Then
just like that, right?
Yeah, and exactly like that.
She did an owie. Everyone did an owie. That's funny. Yeah. For those of you back in front of this shifting door, what do you all do?
So, you said that Kalji was launched up on the platform, right?
Yes. All the pillars had joined together in one, and then just shot up.
And are we on the other side?
You're on the other side of the original gorge that you had seen. The gorge that you had seen.
Yeah.
You're standing
and there's
right beside a shifting
nothing
door.
over here. Oh,
there's a shifting door there.
Okay. What about on the big platform?
Well, I mean, your character wouldn't know this, but like it.
Oh, no worries. Okay.
Kalji's pillar extended maybe like 60 feet up really fast. There's a ledge. The pillar that she was standing on is now flush. That he was standing on is now flush with a ledge that reveals another shifting door. Kalji is now aware that there are two shifting doors in this room.
Okay. Got it.
And there's no way I can say it. I'm like 50, 60 up in the air.
Just 60 up, yeah.
60 up? Okay.
You can yell, right?
Okay, so you said like I'm on the platform, but there's like a landing there.
There's like a ledge that it connects to.
Can I just jump on the ledge just because I don't know what this pillar is gonna do?
Yeah, you can jump. There is no need to jump because there's no gap.
I'll just walk. Yeah. So I see it, I go and I go, okay, I walk on the ledge before it does anything else.
The pillars just collapse and like return to their original spot.
And they don't know where I am.
Yeah. Lyra and Xssithiss, you just observed this. The pillar had extended all the way up, and then you look at as you look at the stones, it doesn't appear that Kalji was flattened against anything at the very top. Doesn't look like there's blood or residue or anything.
Can I I'll send. I say. I tell Mr. Who, hey, be careful, but can you go to them so that they know we're alive?
Okay. Woo woo. You can sense Mr. Who's a little nervous, but and he goes over the side of the pillar or over the side of this ledge and flies down. Lyra and Xssithiss, you hear the flapping of wings and suddenly you see Mr. Who flying in front of you.
Well, there's the owl.
You're muted.
Well, like,
okay.
they must be fine then. Should I send Gia, or actually Vol did better, I think, this time around, minus that last part, so I'll just send him down to go look, like try to fetch him.
Okay. All right. You said you're sending Gia?
Vol.
Okay. Vol flies up. Still kind of like not extending past the ledge that you guys are standing on. So not crossing over the gorge. Do you get what I'm saying? You get what I'm describing? Okay.
Yeah.
So there was the gorge that you had flown over, and the two landings that you're on. The landing that you had arrived in this room on, and then the landing you're standing in. Gia is making it a point to not fly over the gorge, and is just flying straight up.
Got it.
Vol, right?
Vol, or yeah, whichever one you said. Vol is flying straight up.
Okay.
And Vol comes up over the edge of this this landing that you're on, Kalji, and lands before you. Kind of like lowers a little bit as if to climb on.
You muted.
Like I look at Vol and I'm just like contemplating because I'm also afraid of getting on this bird after what happened, because I'm in front of a shifting door too. He's contemplating. He touches the door.
Okay. As you let's see. As you approach the towering door, you notice the surface is covered in an array of chaotic imagery that seems to run and shift and swirl before your eyes. Roll me a d8.
5.
As you approach the door, a sense of unease washes over you. The shifting images on its surface coalesce into writhing tendrils of darkness. Do you have a feeling like you can manipulate this door?
I'm going to 3. Can I move up 3?
3 up?
Yeah.
All right. You wipe away the tendrils in a clear, like in one swipe, and the tendrils kind of like wither away, and the chaotic and swirling images upon the door finally give to and seem to melt, revealing a door of pure white marble that shifts softly in the low light. As you approach, you feel a gentle breeze emanating from the edges of the door, carrying with it a faint scent that evokes the feeling of an open meadow. The intricate carvings on the surface depict images of sunrise and sunsets, turning leaves, and the steady flow of a river. A sense of calm washes over you.
Kalji is gonna hope that everyone remembers that if we got separated, we were gonna go to a certain room. But he let his fear take over and didn't want to fly over the gorge. So he's just sitting there waiting.
Okay. Well, after a couple moments, Lyra and Xssithiss, you notice that Vol hasn't come down. You're muted.
I say that's weird. Maybe we should go check out where Paul is and say, do you think we could all fit on? And I try to gather everyone and see if we all are light enough to take this one bird up there. Are we?
No, it was difficult with just with Kalji and the skeleton as well. Lyra and wait, is the skeleton's with Kalji,
I got the zombie.
the zombie. Okay. Yeah, it would be multiple rides. It'd be at least 2 rides.
Okay.
We'll wait here, and if we don't hear anything, we're just gonna try to go to the meadow.
Okay. Take the little girl, and I'll take the zombie this time just in case it gets dangerous. And then if not, I'll go to the meadow. And then I take the bird and I follow. Wait. So Kalji's on the other side of the gorge, but 50 feet up.
No. Kalji is on the same side of the gorge, but 50 feet up.
Okay, so I'm just gonna fly straight up.
Correct.
Okay, I'm flying straight up then.
All right.
Is anything
You're taking the zombie?
Mm-hmm.
You fly up 60 feet, and eventually you see a ledge kind of like jutting out, and Gia kind of like lands on it. Vol is sitting there waiting. Is Kalji there?
Did you go through the door already?
You're muted.
You're muted.
Sorry, I meant to say when I waited, I went through the door, because I knew what the visuals were.
Oh, I see. And I yell down, I think he went through the door. There's a door up here. Does Lyra hear me?
Yeah, you can hear the echo from above, Lyra.
Okay.
I'll send down the bird. And then I send down a bird.
Yeah.
Okay, this time it's Gia.
All
right, and this time I take the as we're hopping on, I help Cece up, and then I take the rope and I sort of tie her to behind me, with the rope.
Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah, easily enough. You all return, and you're now standing in front of the door that leads to the shrine.
Then I go, oh, here we go again. Open it up.
All right. And with that, we will end this session.
No, I wanted to see what would happen.
Yeah, is the professor still in there? All right, good stuff.
I'm glad
nice.
we kept Cece alive.
I know.
I was sweating a little bit.
I'm glad I changed to Cure Wounds. Goodberry was not doing much for me. It was like only 10 HP per
That tasty
berry.
little snack.
It's not. Wait, to clarify, it's not 10 HP per berry. It's 1 HP per berry. You're eating 10. That's a slippery slope, and that's how we become earthbenders.
Level
We're all
5
there,
gods
okay.
amongst men,
Let your imagination sweep you away. It's okay, Lawrence. If you want to make me an earthbender, we can do that. I'm okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're open to the idea.
Mm-hmm.
I'm open to it. I mean, it's not what I wanted, but just
I wanted to see how long it was gonna take. Like, was Kalji there forever? Is Kalji not there?
Oh, true. Yeah, time's different, right?
Yeah, I was assuming you guys would go through the other door, but then that would cause a horrible situation.
Yeah, what if you're there at a different time than we are, and you're waiting there for like 10 years?
Could you imagine?
We come in and you're old, or like super young.
Yeah, little baby Kalji.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, not 2 kids.
All
and
right.
sitcom.
We will find all that out in the next session. Good job, everyone.
That was a
Thank
blast.
you.
Yeah.
You're not punishing me. This is just a game.
But this also reminds me that I need to do the one shot with your new character.
I mean, like,
And-
if you ever got the sheets for the other characters.
I know, and I also need to hound Jenny and Jackie about their characters. There's like nothing
Yeah.
going on in that front.
But to be honest, I talked to them. I think they're just having a really hard time
Each of them?
figuring out like
What they wanna
what
do?
they want to be and
Okay.
like what they want to do. Because I
I'm
keep on
gonna
telling them, and
do-
they're just really not. They're not sure what they want to do, and
Okay.
then that's why they're having a hard time.
We're gonna
Yeah.
do an in-person session 0 where we can
Okay.
workshop their characters. That's
Yeah.
Because like
I think that's.
they've been
I
dragging
think,
their feet for
yeah.
so long.
Because
I mean,
I talked to him
yeah.
about it, yeah, and she's just like, I just don't know what to be. Like, it's hard. There's so many things you could be.
Okay. Yeah, it is true. But yeah, we need to iron that down. Yeah. Okay. All right.
That's exciting. I love in person. They always turn out really great
Me too.
for us.
All right, here we go. Wait, I need to get the smile off my face. All right. I don't know why I'm smiling.
Yeah,
It's-
because I feel like something bad's gonna happen.
No. I'm excited for this
Yeah.
session for multiple reasons.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
It's hard to estimate at this point, but you figure at best guess around 2 weeks ago, you, Kalji, along with your newfound friend Lyra and curious guide Xssithiss, accept the job by Professor Alara Silvermist and venture into the tomb of the Aeon in search of the missing professors, Doctors Selene Isadora and Emmerich Ashwood, along with their guide, Captain Amar Durand. You, Lyra, and Xssithiss access the tomb of the Aeon and slowly but surely learn the secrets, not only of the missing researchers, but of the tomb itself. You all learn about the author of Time Epochra, the chaos born in Trosa, the warden, as well as the war for all time. At the hands of the warden, you all have died, and were surprised to find yourselves reborn, only further complicating your relationship with life and time itself. Your adventures and exploration led the three of you within the maze yet again, and you, Kalji, were briefly separated from Lyra and Xssithiss. And in that separation, were presented with a door of possibility. Chaotic and random doors that lead anywhere and any when within the tomb. In a decision, some might say uncharacteristic of the typically grounded Kalji, you placed your hand upon the door and passed through. Inside, you're in what you expected to be in, having manipulated this door of possibility and found the familiar ceramic framing or marble framing, the serene door that evokes the sense of calm and peace. Pass inside, and very expectedly, you see the shrine of Epochra. There's something markedly different about the shrine this time. While the fixtures, the decor are the same within, the scene outside is quite different. Where you'd expect the meadow, a peaceful, serene meadow in the mid-afternoon, it's night, and the tall grass is waving violently, viciously. A strange light seems to appear from the sky outside. Though from barely entering the shrine, it's hard to tell what exactly is above the meadow. Yeah, above the meadow in the sky.
Kalji, not sure if what he did was right. He unhooks the skeleton that was on his back
hmm
and then just looks at it, just trying to see if it would follow him, because it's just like, oh, I don't really know how this thing works.
hmm
Um, unhooks him, and he starts like walking towards the light.
hmm
Just he's all he hopes is if we remembered that we were gonna meet here, and then he was just thinking that maybe they had the same idea if he went missing, that they would show up here. He starts walking towards the light, hoping that it'll give him some type of clue what's happening.
hmm As you approach the meadow, do you step outside the coverage of the shrine ceiling?
Before I step out, can I say really loudly, Mr. G, are you here?
Over the kind of like the chaos that's happening outside, you don't figure if he's not immediately around you within under the cover of the shrine, he would be out there, and calling out like that would not elicit a response that you would expect.
Okay. Kalji looks back to like the entrance, and he's fighting with like, maybe I should just stay here, wait for them, and but also the light feels like it's meaning, like there's something there. There has to be something there. And in his mind, he's just like, every time we go through here, it's just the same thing over and over again. He's like, I might as well, if worst comes to worst, I'll meet them back in the tomb. That's what his mind is going through. And he just starts walking forward. Does the skeleton follow me?
You take a couple steps, and the skeleton, you turn around just to observe the skeleton, and you can tell there's a moment of hesitance as its master, its creator, its giver of false life is not immediately present, and perhaps it's even sensing that it's not nearby at all. After a moment, it does tend to just follow you several steps behind.
mm, uh, I look at it. Under the shrine, is there any paper or like anything I could write on? Nothing.
Roll for me investigation.
Oh my god. 10.
10. Not that you can find. No.
I look at it. It's like, do you want to stay here and wait? Nod yes, and then shake no.
It kind of stares at you blankly with the gaping holes in its skull. Being closer to the shrine itself and near all the offerings around it, you get a slightly better vantage point of seeing what's on the other side of the shrine canopy. And you see like the edges of a dazzling light show of sorts.
Okay. I mean, if you want to stay here, you can. I just want you to point towards the light. If you want to follow me, you can follow me. And I just start walking towards the light.
Okay. And you take a couple steps, and after a couple moments you hear its steps kind of like behind you. As you peer from under the canopy, you see the source of the light and the chaotic movement of the grass on these other typically peaceful meadows. You see a binary star system kind of in the midst of collapsing and falling into one another slowly but surely. a brilliant display of destruction above you. Lights of all colors emitting from this display and shining upon your face, the grass below.
Can I see if there's anything that's manipulating it? Is there anything in the sky with it?
Roll for me investigation, or if you'd like, Arcana.
I'm very arcane in nature. Wow. Got a 2.
Is this Arcana or investigation?
Yeah, that was Arcana. If I do investigation, it's a 5.
Okay. Well, you give me Arcana first. If this is magic, this is someone incredibly powerful.
And it's just happening in the sky, like there's no, it doesn't look like there's a source to it.
It doesn't. It's almost as if it's a natural destruction. As violent as it is, it appears natural.
If I walk out, like walk out into the meadow, can I, like, it's up in the sky, like can I
like
just walk
far in the sky? Yeah,
far in the sky,
above. Yeah, it's in space. It's above you.
Can I walk out and then can I just yell? I'll be like, what do you want? Why are we here?
No response.
And then just goes, is it something we did? Do you want something back? What did we take? We just want to go home.
Yeah. And you call out to this roaring destruction, your voice kind of just disappearing right in front, like right above you, as it blends with the distant sound of just noise and destruction, seemingly making its way all the way over here. This storm of light and sound kind of just like blasting you and this grass from every direction.
If I go further into the meadow, is there like an end to it?
You have not, you nor, and like neither you nor any of you recall any of your conversations with the other two mention going out further than just like over the ridge.
When I look past like the meadow, does it look like there might be other like animals or people out there?
In your experience and from what you see now, it appears eerily empty of life outside of just the grass that lines these rolling hills.
Then I
roll for me. Roll for me perception.
Ooh, that's even better. Perception. 20, modify 20.
You do notice after a bit of staring a figure in the distance.
A figure? How big? Does it look huge?
From the distance it's kind of hard to discern.
He just like, he has a really bad feeling about it, but he's gonna walk towards the thing.
As you walk forward, you see this figure, without moving any of its limbs, just start to float upward. And it starts to make its way towards you, just like a slight lean forward.
Can I see? Does it look familiar to me?
At this point, you can see the red glowing from its eyes.
Oh my god!
As it starts to race toward you.
Oh shit.
What do you do?
Oh shit. Kalji starts running in towards the statue.
Okay.
Like he does like a stumble back as he
Mhm.
realizes what he's done. And then he does like it's one of those like stumble back and then like crawl run. Like
All right. At this point, roll for me initiative.
ah shit. Uh 11.
11. Okay. Let's see.
Ugh.
All right.
Oh. Okay, let's just do a regular dice roll.
As you race inside the coverage of the shrine, you walk in close to the statue of Epochra, kind of like feeling like some semblance of protection, even though whether or not how much it's helped you during your time here is questionable. You race inside and you see standing already before you at the other end of this room is the warden already waiting. You
Ugh.
actually move first. What do you want to do?
Wow. Okay. That's so crazy. I'm going to for my bonus action, I'm going to go beast mode.
Yeah.
So that adds a 600 hit points plus a d6, which is a 6. So that'll give me 12. Oops. Oh, 12. And then well, right now I'm only holding the shield, I guess. So that makes my armor class and all my weapons are on my back because I guess I've been having the shield out for most of the time. Armor class goes up 1, so it's 20 right now until I switch my item out. It's a 20, and then if I use like a sword or if I use one of my things, it'll be I believe 18.
All right.
Yeah. So okay. So I look at it and I just go like, we haven't done anything to you. Why? What are you trying to show us? What do you want?
Mm-hmm.
And then I will tackle it.
Okay.
How close is it? Is it really
There's
far
a bit
away
of
from me?
space from you. It's at the other
I'll
end, so
I'll run towards it.
okay.
With my if I can't tackle it, I'll run towards it with my like shield up.
Okay. Yeah, I like it. And almost in response, it just hovers towards you, slowly gaining speed. Its bladed wings out and like nearly invisible behind it as it carries its weight. It draws one of its talons out long and just makes for you. And you guys meet in the middle. What do you do?
Okay, if we're about to clash, I'm gonna take my sword and then whack it and with like an angry face, so that's what the face it shows on the thing, and I'm gonna fucking swipe at it like where its talons at.
Okay. Roll to hit.
21.
Yeah, that hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
6.
Okay.
Oh, and I guess this is called an improvised weapon, and then I'm using the Tavern Brawler strike.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You're striking with the shield?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that's what. Oh, I was considering that an improvised weapon.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
All right. So that was 6 damage.
Yeah.
All right, so the warden slashes high, and you duck with your shield making a face, and you just crash it right into like the bulk of its body. It staggers, steps back, and is going to attack you in response.
Oh, sorry. I get 2 attacks per action. If
Okay,
I use,
do the second
so
one.
I could do it twice.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see if I can hit it twice. No, that's a 10.
Okay. It rolled for its first attack. It rolled with a modified 20.
Yeah, it hits me.
Second attack is a spike. This one is a modified 23.
Yeah, it hits me
So,
both times.
As you attempt to attack again, it finds an opening and stabs you twice, almost with the same lunge. You feel just like strike you in the torso. It deals
Jeez.
23 piercing.
Okay. Ugh.
As it pulls back. Go ahead and roll for me a wisdom save.
7.
Okay. You, Kalji, are back home in the Amadris Glade, the Wood Elven village where you were raised. You were asked by your brother Ceroi, am I pronouncing that right?
Yeah.
To pick up some supplies for an upcoming hunt that will involve you, Ceroi, and your father. As you make your way into the vast but peaceful Madras Glade, you sense all the eyes around you staring at you. You're the only one here that isn't a wood elf in this typically secluded village. As you walk through, you hear them whispering about you. There's a word in Elven, in their particular dialect, that you come to know very well. And it translates to foundling, a mark of the circumstance by which you were brought into this village. It's the foundling of the Nadals. It's the one they brought in. The whispers, the murmurs as you walk through. Foundling. Foundling. They keep their conversation short with you and only mention as is needed. After a brief moment in town, you return home with the supplies that Ceroi had requested you pick up. And he regards you. How do you appear to him?
Okay, I have a question. Am I seeing this and knowing what happened, or am I seeing it like I'm living this right now?
You know what happened.
Like I know that he hit me, and then I'm just seeing this all again.
Yes. Yeah.
He. Kalji just catches his breath and just like, does he see any like? Because you know how he collected a bunch of scars. Does it feel like he's still like with the scars and everything? Like everything happened.
This Kalji has not known scars.
He just like he takes a deep breath, but then when he sees his brother, you see him like cry a little bit, and then he immediately like runs to him and then hugs him real tight and just says, I missed you so much.
You grasp at his tall and slender frame, 6 feet tall. His long, rich auburn hair kind of like creates a curtain over you as he embraces you. You smell nature on him. You smell the floral adornments that decorate his hair. And he pulls back and he looks at you with his green eyes. And he goes, Kalji, what is wrong?
You. I just haven't seen you in so long. I've just missed you. It hasn't been the same since you've been gone.
I've always been here. Are the townspeople giving you trouble again?
That's beside the point. They're always like that. They've always been like that.
He kind of like has like a sad look upon his face. And he goes, come with me. And he leads you out of your home, the Madras Glade. And you walk into a forest, a familiar forest. You're with a modified 26, the warden slashes across your torso. What do you do in response?
Like I feel the strike, right?
Yes.
But I see my brother.
You do not. You're in the
Not anymore.
You're in the moment now.
Kalji just catches his breath. He's like, no, bring me back. He's just like, what are you doing? And then he like tries to push him off, like because he's still holding on to the shield. He tries to like push him further, like I guess like push him further away.
You manage to get a little bit of space, and you hear his footsteps grind the floor of this completely stone room as it as the only sound between you two are the grunts of your attack and the steps that it takes if it chooses to step on the ground. And in this moment, you've shoved it back a little bit. You can hear the grinding of its metal scraping along the granite floor. What do you want to do for your turn?
Kalji just hoping to like hold on to that memory, but is just like furious that he showed him, like he hasn't seen his brother in ages. He felt like he wasn't even gonna like even felt like he forgot what he even looked like. He throws down the shield, then he grabs his double bladed scimitar and then just like comes after it and like attacks it twice. Actually, can I just before I do that, as he like throws the shield down, he's gonna use his bonus action to do second wind.
Okay.
So that he can regain 1d10 plus 6 HP. So let me just do that real quick. So I'm gonna gain 15 points. Did you say you hit me with 26?
I hit, yeah, before.
That was like 26 damage, right?
Mhm.
Let's just. Sorry. So, sorry. Let's go. Sorry, 26 and then 15. All right. Sorry, I forgot to move that. And then I'll come after it with my double blade scimitar, and then frantically, you see him like yelling and crying. He
Mhm.
like slices him twice.
All right, roll the hit.
Okay. This is not gonna go well. He just knows it. So the first one is 22.
22 hits.
Okay, let's just do that. Let's see if the other one hits. Oh, it's also 22. So, um, 18 total. 18 total slashing.
Okay.
And then in his bout of frantic anger, he'll use his additional action and then do action surge.
All right.
And he'll do it again.
Okay.
14. No. 14. Both of
14
them
to
are
hit.
14. Both of them are 14.
Okay. You see the warden holding two spears as if they were swords and meet him in return with your scimitars. And you have a clash of blades. You find an opening and slice twice. It attempts to strike down, you dodge, and you attempt to go 2 more times. And this time, knowing your pattern, knowing your attack style, deflects those parries. He's going to attempt to attack you with its own. This is a modified 17 hit.
No.
A modified 26.
Yeah.
It goes for 1 overhead, and you dodge that easily enough with 2. But with its free hand, and it deals 11 piercing.
Okay. So this sucks.
All right. This dark cavernous space, like echoing with the sound of your clanging, bouncing off of the stone walls of this space. The decor grim and violent as the warden himself. Bathed in a perpetual ethereal glow, the Silversong Woods is a realm of enchantment and tranquility, where the silver leaves of ancient trees stretch towards the heavens, whispering secrets in the gentle breeze. Sunlight filters through the dense canopy, casting intricate patterns of light and shadow upon the forest floor, where a vibrant tapestry of mosses, ferns, and wildflowers carpet the ground. You and your brother wander through these woods, and he looks down at you, and he goes, "Do you recall this place?"
Kalji looks around and he just, I don't remember. Feels like it's been so long ago.
This was the forest where we found you. It was quite unexpected, but you were a gift to us. Myself, your sister, your father, your mother. We've taken you in and raised you as our own. Come with me. And you begin to wander through these woods. I'll show you something. You walk maybe 15-20 minutes and you see him in his element, in nature, just tracking, picking up leaves, smelling them, dropping them, like feeling among the trunk of the trees with his eyes closed and getting a sense of how he's one with the wilds. Before finally you find a collection of deer. And he calls you behind this tree that he's standing behind. And he goes, "You see that one over there?" As you look in the distance, you see a stag, large, imposing. Its horns glittering in the sunlight. And on its back, spears and arrows lodged within. Do you see that stag over there?
Yeah.
That's the mithril horned stag. Its uniqueness makes it an easy target. Coveted for what sets it apart from the others. It's much like you in that way. And as you observe in the distance, you see it just serenely grazing.
What? Shouldn't we help it? It looks like it's hurt.
It lives with its scars, a testament to all it's survived.
But I'm not special like that. Everyone is so much better than me.
You bring something that none of them, nor your father, your mother, your sister, nor I, have. You have unique talents that set you apart. Strengths we don't have.
But even then, all I have are my hands. You guys are more in tune with nature, more in tune with magic. I can't do what you guys can do. And everyone can do what I can do.
It's not true. I've seen your talents. I've seen your abilities. You hear commotion behind him as he's turned to speak to you. You hear the sounds of human men in the distance. Your ears have picked it up before this herd of deer have. Finally, you see several arrows launching into the herd, catching one of the regular deer dead, and the other one landing on the shoulder blade of this mithril horn stag. Ceroi looks back and then looks at you. "We must help them. Are you ready?"
Just unsure, but like nods his head, follow his brother like he always does.
We must not waste. And then before you, he just turns into a large dire wolf and just like bounces towards the hunters, making their attack on the herd of deer. What do you do?
I follow in suit and go into beast mode, and I just go. I run after him.
All right.
How does that work? Oh, this is gonna slide for out.
The warden has his claws on you
Oh,
and impales you on the upper back area. You see one of its talons just jut out. And for a moment, you don't know if that's the trickling of your blood hitting the floor or the trickling of the fountain nearby. But it pulls it out, and you just sense the cold space that was once there, or that is now there, in lieu of the flesh and tissue connecting everything. What do you do?
Um. I sort of grass at it, trying to figure out what's reality, what's not, because he's losing sense of what's around him. Oh shit. What can I do? Is he can I see the warden, or is he behind me?
Well, in this brief moment, his taloned hand is clutching your shoulder, and he's right behind you. But you know he's there.
Yeah. So like Kalji takes his breath, realizing where he is again, realizing that it's like he's playing tricks on him, but he just can't differentiate where he is anymore. He'll grab in his pocket one of the poison pellets and then grabs hold of the arm and just tries to like hit him with it.
Okay.
Catch him off guard.
All right. We're gonna do a contested dex roll.
Oh shit. Just a regular dex?
Yeah. Add your dex mod.
Oh. All right, well. 16?
It rolled a modified 10. So you explode this dust pellet full of Xssithiss's poison.
Yeah.
Do you recall the damage that it does?
Oh, I don't remember what we said it does. I didn't even write what it did last time.
All right, let me just look up poison spray really quick.
Yeah, I should have wrote it down. So.
Go ahead and roll for me 1d12.
Okay. 1.
Oh, it's a Constitution saving throw or roll 1d12. So he's got to roll a con save on top of it succeeding.
Con of who? Me or
his?
Xssithiss?
It can be. Let's just make it yours. So 8 plus. So. Okay, so add your 8 plus your con modifier and then your proficiency bonus, and that's the number he has to beat.
Let me just write it down. 8 plus con plus proficiency. So 8 plus 2, that's 10 plus 3, 13.
It rolls a 7 as it fails. Go ahead and roll me 1d12 in poison damage.
Okay. 1d12. 11.
Mm-hmm. You yeah, as you destroy this pellet of dust, it's just like it just like The spray just explodes over its face, and it kind of like shakes its head in this mist. You hear a voice in the background. Um, uh, uh, excellent, excellent strategy, young Kalji. The familiar voice of Dr. Emmerich Ashwood cheering you on.
What the fuck?
It's gonna attack you.
Oh,
In
shit.
retaliation. That's first attack misses. 18 hits. Modify 24. It's going to swipe at you, still in the midst, and you duck. And then this time it comes down in diagonal and it slices you diagonally. Having expended your shifted form, you're a little bit more vulnerable. As you take the brunt of this in your regular form, you take.
Oh, I'm already out of my shifted form.
You have not been in your shifted form for a while.
Oh.
It's gonna be 10 piercing.
Okay. Fuck. Shit. Ugh. Oh my god. Fuck. It's fine.
You and your brother made quick work of the hunters in the Silversong Woods. The only innocent lives that were lost was of that initial deer that had fallen by that first strike of the arrow. The mithril horn stag itself catching minor injuries as well, but you observed it ferocious and tenacious in battle. There's a stillness in the air now as the deer lick their wounds. The mithril horn stag stands strong in the center of them and regards you and Ceroi. It approaches you and it stands tall above you. You see its horns, not entirely made of mithril, but encased with mithril, like gems inlaid in its horns, adding to its beauty and its strength. It regards you and makes direct eye contact with you, Kalji, for a moment, and it holds its gaze, kind of like in recognition of your defense, your power, your tenacity, your kinship, before finally taking a couple steps back, regarding its herd, and they all depart. I want you to roll for me perception.
Oh shit. Great with that. Perception. Modify 20.
Modify 20. You see where it had stood. It has departed along with its herd. But you see where it has stood. A glint catches your eye on the forest floor.
Curious, not saying anything, he just walks towards it.
And as you approach, you see a small shard of mithril just resting there.
Hesitantly. Ugh. Does Kalji know what this does? Is it? He just like.
Well, you just
slowly-
recognize it as formerly part of the stag.
Okay. He like slowly reaches for it.
Mhm.
Holds it really close to his
Mhm.
face, trying to see if it does anything.
Your brother comes up to you, puts his hand on your shoulder, and he goes, "It appears as though he's given you a gift."
A gift?
Much like the mithril horn stag, you are very resilient. You're both unique, and for that, it makes you a target. But don't forget your resilience. It will help you, especially in the most trying of times.
And then Kalji will just like hold it to his heart and just like do like, even though like the deer like even though he disappeared, he just does a light nod and like a little prayer and says thank you, and he like pockets it.
As you hold the mithril shard in your hand, standing underneath the towering statue of Epochra, you look at it once more and put it in your pocket. Roll for me a d10.
Oh shit. 4.
4. Roll for me a d4.
Oh my god. 4.
Okay. Since entering that door of possibility, you've lived and died countless lives, countless times wandering these tombs. All told, 4 weeks have passed that you perceive to your best estimate. You bear more scars of your countless battles with the Warden. You grasp onto what's left of your sanity. You don't know if you'll ever see Lyra and Xssithiss again. You're close to losing hope, losing your grasp on reality. Before finally, you hear the creaking of the doors behind you. And with that, we'll call it a session.
You're kidding me! 4 weeks? I sat there for 4 weeks?
You didn't sit there for 4 weeks. You
Fought?
lived 4 weeks.
Oh my god. What did I do? What did it happen?
Each of those instances of battles were different times. Different times you fought the Warden. You fought him in that shrine. You fought him in the throne room. You fought him in the fountain room. You've been killed and reborn countless times at this point. You might have stopped counting.
Oh no. Oh, well then. Also, what a sick fuck. He showed me my brother. I haven't seen my brother in ages. Oh, he's gonna lose his mind. Ah, damn. But I heard Emmerich one of the times.
You were with him one of the times.
Yeah. That's crazy. How am I gonna explain this? Oh.
That's how do you, yeah. With a grasp at sanity, or with like, here's what happened, or with,
Yo, they're gonna think I'm like Captain Durant. They're gonna think I've gone crazy. I think this is the best way. This is the only way.